Welcome to Networks Professionals.
Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into what I think is one of the most valuable credentials in tech right now, the Google Cloud Professional Cloud Developer Certification. If you've been trying to figure out how to prove your cloud expertise and really give your career a boost, well, you're in exactly the right place. Let's get into it. So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the big picture, why cloud skills are so critical. Then we'll zoom right in on the Google certification itself. After that, we'll crack open the exam blueprint, and I'll give you a step-by-step guide to get you ready. Then we'll talk about the career payoff. And to wrap it all up, we'll figure out if this is really the right move for you.
All right, first things first. Why is everyone talking about cloud skills? What's the big deal? Well, it's because we're in the middle of this massive shift in how technology gets made.
Look, the bottom line is this. Pretty much every company on the planet, from tiny startups to huge corporations, is moving to the cloud. They're ditching their old servers and shifting everything to platforms like Google Cloud. And for us developers, that means knowing how to build for the cloud isn't just a nice-to-have anymore, it's a must-have to stay in the game.
So what does this mean for your career? Well, for starters, cloud jobs are consistently some of the top-paying gigs in IT. And why is that? It's simple supply and demand. The demand for cloud developers is absolutely through the roof. Companies are literally scrambling to find engineers who get things like microservices, serverless, Kubernetes, and APIs. And they are more than willing to pay top dollar for that expertise.
Okay, so that brings us to the big question. How do you actually prove to a potential boss that you've got these skills? Well, that's exactly where the Google Cloud Professional Cloud Developer Certification comes into play.
So what is it officially? Well, think of it as an advanced level certification. That's just a fancy way of saying it's for developers who are serious about building real, professional-grade apps on Google's cloud platform.
But here's what's really key to understand. This cert isn't about memorizing product names. It's about proving you can actually do the job. It shows you can design apps that can scale up, that you know how to use core tech like containers and APIs, and that you can handle the whole lifecycle of an app, from deploying it to keeping an eye on it once it's live.
And really, if we just boil it all down to one thing, it's this. Getting this certification tells the world you can build modern applications the way a real professional cloud engineer does. It's that simple, and honestly, that powerful. All right, so maybe you're thinking, okay, I get it, it's important, but what's actually on this exam? Let's peel back the curtain and look at the blueprint.
So the exam is broken down into 4 main areas. As you can see right here, about a third of it, the biggest chunk, is all about designing cloud applications, the high-level planning. Then you've got building and testing, which is where things like CI/CD come in, that whole automated system that gets your code ready for the world. After that is deployment, which is all about actually getting your app running on things like Kubernetes. And finally, integration, which covers how your app talks to databases and other services.
Let's talk logistics, the quick and dirty details. You get 2 hours for about 50 to 60 questions. It'll set you back around $200. And pay close attention to the format. It's not just basic multiple choice. It's packed with scenario-based questions, which we'll talk more about in a second. And you can take it right from home or at a test center, which is super convenient.
Now, a question I get all the time is, how does this stack up against the Microsoft Azure Developer Cert? Well, they're kind of different beasts. The Google Cloud path is really all about those modern, born-in-the-cloud apps, and it's super strong with Kubernetes, data, and AI. Azure, on the other hand, comes from a more traditional enterprise background, so it's really focused on things like .NET and integrating with the whole Microsoft ecosystem.
So which one should you pick? Honestly, it just depends on you. You should probably go the Google Cloud route if you're the kind of person who gets excited about building slick new apps, messing with AI, and mastering Kubernetes. But if you're already living in the enterprise world or deep in the Microsoft universe, Azure's probably going to feel like a more natural fit. Okay, decision made. You're going for the Google Cloud cert. Now what? How do you actually prepare for this thing without losing your mind? Don't worry, I've got you. Let's walk through a clear guide. Here it is, your 5-step roadmap to success. Step 1, make sure you've got the fundamentals down. Basic cloud concepts, networking, and a programming language like Python or Java. Step 2, go straight to the source and follow the official learning path on Google's Skills Boost platform. Step 3, and I can't stress this enough, get your hands dirty. Build stuff, deploy stuff, break stuff. Then Step 4, really learn the key tools like Cloud Build, IAM for security, and PubSub. And finally, Step 5, take a bunch of practice exams to get used to those tricky scenario questions.
Okay, I need you to listen to this next part very carefully. It's super important. This exam is not about memorization. You can't just cram a bunch of facts and expect to pass. It just doesn't work that way. So what does it test? It tests your judgment. A typical question won't be like, define Cloud Run. No way. It'll be more like a mini story. Your team needs to launch a web service. It has to be in a container, it needs to scale down to 0 to save money, and you want as little management as possible. Which solution is the best choice? See? It's all about making real-world decisions.
So you put in all this hard work. What do you get out of it? Let's talk about the fun part, what this actually does for your career. This is the payoff. See, once you have this certification, you're not just a developer anymore. You get to target these awesome, high-demand roles. You can be a cloud developer, a back-end developer who specializes in cloud, a DevOps engineer, or even a site reliability engineer. These are the specialized roles that companies are desperate to fill right now.
And let's be real, those cool titles come with some pretty nice paychecks. Now, of course, this varies a lot based on where you live and your experience, but you can see the potential here. We're talking serious six-figure potential as you gain experience. This is a real, tangible investment in your future earning power.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground, so let's bring it all home and answer the most important question of all. Is this the right path for you?
Let me boil it down for you. This path is absolutely for you if you actually enjoy coding and you want to build things in the cloud. It's a ticket to a global career. On the flip side, this probably isn't the best fit if you don't really love programming, or if you're more interested in things like networking or system administration. And that's okay. There are other great certifications for those paths.
So, when you look at the demand, the skills you'll learn, the clear roadmap to get there, and the rewards, there's really only one question left. The cloud is where the future is being built, right now. The demand for skilled developers is undeniable. So, are you ready to be one of them?
Thanks for watching.